tribunal took place. Witnesses were assembled. The United States was invited to give evidence and refused and said this was a joke. No war crimes were being committed in Vietnam. A few months later, the huge war crime at My Lai, when they wiped out women and children, and it was recorded, became public, and the entire argument against our war crimes tribunal disappeared in a flash in the middle of a tragedy. And I don't like to say this, but the recently deceased General Colin Powell, who's been, subjected to massive praise and effusions in the media, was one of the senior officers, not then a general, a colonel, who helped to cover up the My Lai massacre for a long, long time. So criminal enterprises like this are part and parcel of the wars that are waged. Now, Julian exposed another set of wars. Basically, he exposed the so-called war on terror, which began after 9/11, has lasted 20 years, has led to 6 wars, millions killed, trillions wasted. That is the only balance sheet of that war. Nowhere has it redeemed itself or done any good, as we've seen most recently in Afghanistan. So what do you say to people like Chelsea Manning and Julian, who's the principal target of the legal and judicial brutalities taking place, when they reveal stuff which everyone knows it's true, since some of it is on video? Americans bombing Iraqi families, totally innocent, laughing about it, and are recorded killing them. That's a big joke. Well, it isn't a big joke for the millions who've died in the Arab world since these 20 years war began. And Julian, far from being indicted, should actually be a hero. He's not the first, and if they think that punishing him in this vindictive and punitive way is going to change people's attitudes to coming out and telling the truth, they're wrong. They always think this. When whistleblowers come out, they thought it when one of our colleagues today, Daniel Ellsberg, blew the whistle on the crimes being committed in Vietnam and revealed secret Pentagon documents, which the New York Times published. Just like the New York Times, The Guardian, El País, Republica published the documents that WikiLeaks released. It wasn't so different. Edward Snowden did what we know, exposing surveillance. Hardly remembered, but important for Britain, was Clive Ponting, a very senior journalist, civil servant at the Ministry of Defense, who exposed the lies on the Falklands War that was being fought. And Clive Ponting was tried mercifully, and fortunately for him, it was a jury trial, and though the charges were very strong, breach of this, breach of that, the jury acquitted him. So he walked free. Julian is unfortunate to be captured by this particular state and its different apparatuses in order to appease the United States of America. He should never have been kept in prison for bail. He should not be in prison now awaiting a trial for extradition. He should be released, and I hope that acts like the Belmarsh Tribunal will help to bring that nearer.
Thank you, Tariq, and thank you for mentioning Afghanistan, which brings us directly to our next member of the Belmarsh Tribunal,